Most collectors talk about the expensive models, the rare models, or the newest releases. But today we're looking at the aircraft models that almost nobody talks about. Models that are surprisingly good, overlooked, and in some cases way better than their popularity suggests. These are the most underrated model airplanes in 1:400 scale. Up first is the Airbus A320 family from Aeroclassics. Of course, Aeroclassics mainly produces classic airliners, but a while ago they have also started their baby bus series, introducing the Airbus A319, A320 and A321. These models are surprisingly good. The shape of the A320 is captured beautifully and is very accurate to its real-life counterparts. Since it's still Aeroclassics though, the models lack any kind of aerials and the landing gear and the printing is rather simple. Still, it's one of my favorite A320 family molds in 400 scale, and they have produced some really good stuff with it, like this very rare Swiss A320-200 as well as the entire Swisser A320 family. Another very cool model that is a bit more mainstream is the US Airways A320 from the Miracle on the Hudson. It's a very cool piece of aviation history that I'm sadly still missing in my collection. Be careful though, as Aeroclassics sometimes have issues with getting the colors of a model correct, like for example with their United models that are always too dark. If they get the color right though, their A320 family models are excellent and well worth picking up. Panda Models famously copied this mold and upgraded it with aerials and better landing gear, and that one is one of, if not the best A320 on the market currently. Another set of molds that isn't talked about nearly enough is the Boeing 737 series from Panda Models. No matter which Panda 737 you pick up, it will be a lovely model airplane. They have made some very nice release choices in the past, including different Boeing house color 737s. I'm especially impressed by their attention to detail with their models, and they are as good if not better than the already excellent NG model 737s. Contrary to NG, they have also made some of the 737 classics like the -300 and -400, two variants that are actually quite rare in the scale. So if you see a Panda Model 737, you should definitely pick it up. If you're enjoying this video so far, consider dropping a like. I spent a lot of time making them and your support means a lot to me. The next underrated model has to be the JC Wings Gemini Jets Boeing 747-400. With both the NG models and HX model 744 on the market, the JC Wings mold has been forgotten a bit, maybe also due to its not so frequent usage. It is however still a very good option when you're looking to buy a Boeing 747-400 in 1:400 scale. Be careful though, as this mold has only been around since about 2021. Before that, both Gemini Jets and JC Wings used an older, outdated mold. The new casting however is very strong, with the only real complaint being the rather short gear legs on this specific model. It isn't a huge deal though, and overall the Gemini JC 747-400 is a very good model aircraft. Like the new HX models variant, they also have a flaps down version, which I always like and it looks very convincing. As mentioned, it isn't used nearly enough, but when they decide to make a 744, it's absolutely worth considering. The Phoenix A330 and A340 models are the definition of underrated. For some reason, Phoenix models are often overlooked, as many of their models are mediocre, but not the Airbus A330 and A340s. Phoenix have managed to capture the aircraft's notes almost perfectly, and the rest of the model also looks pretty convincing too. Although these models are over 10 years old by now, they still compare very well to the newer offerings from NG Models and HX Models and are miles ahead of anything Gemini Jets or JC Wings have produced. The landing gear is a bit outdated by today's standards, but everything else on these models looks great. If you're looking to get yourself an Airbus A330 or A340 in 400 scale, you should really consider getting one of the Phoenix models. I also want to include a few honorable mentions, like the Gemini Jets Boeing 767-300ER, the Phoenix Models A320 family, the Herpa Wings Antonov N225, and last but not least, the Aeroclassics Airbus A330s. So those are my picks for the most underrated model airplanes in 1 to 400 scale. If you're interested, I could also make a video with the most overrated models, as there are definitely a few of them around. Which molds do you think are underappreciated? Let me know in the comments so we can have a chat about it. Subscribe to Swiss400 for more interesting model airplane content, and if you're in the mood, also check out one of these videos. They are some of my best work. Thanks for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye, aviators!